What's up, college football fans? It's the Mac and Murray College Football Show, and this is the film room where we study the best quarterbacks and top quarterback plays from the previous weekend. We're going to Athens, Georgia. Dogs versus Ole Miss, and Gunner Stockton has continued to impress. A monster game, both through the air and on the ground. I think his best game of the season, and what he's done this year. Honestly, he's worked his way into my new top 10, which is coming out this week as well. He has been, like I said, just really a credible leader, accurate with the football, things to continue to work on. But guess what? He's only played and started 8 football games. Started 8 football games, still very young in his playing career. So excited to see what he can do the rest of the season. So let's dive into the tape. Got about 16, 17 plays from the game that I want to go down and break down with you all. So let's go. First play of the game, you're going to get what I call that run it route backside. He's going to have the option to run the 8-yard stop route. A quarterback has the option here to throw the 8-yard stop route if you like it. If not, you're going to have, essentially a receiver screen with a lead blocker coming to the front side. So if you like it, you got free access, throw it. A lot of times you got to worry with Ole Miss. They drop 8. So you got to make sure this guy is not flying out underneath the essentially the flat window there. He gets out there slow, plenty window, nice space. I like the motion, create some separation from the corner. Ball's out on time, outside, and a really good completion and get things going on the first play of the ball game. All right, flea flicker, little flea flicker. Hoping to get quarters so you can hit the post route to the front side. You don't get or post route to the backside, excuse me. So your love to do is get quarters where this safety gets affected by the run game, and then you get the post route over the top, which it looks like they did. I don't know if this safety up top screws up or if they truly are going single high coverage, but regardless, you got him to come down, but you didn't get him. So now he's in the middle of the field. You can't just throw it to the middle of the field with a defender just hanging out there. So good job by Gunner saying, we got 2 guys for mine. And now let me throw this high angle route, which was an absolute Christmas present down the chimney, and then unfortunate, now number 8 is out for the season. So hopefully he'll be back if Georgia makes a playoff run. Colby's been absolutely terrific. But good job. Get eyes out the middle of the field. I don't like it. Let's get to my number 2 guy, and this is as good as it can get. I mean, that is a perfect, perfect football. All right, we're gonna get what we would call like a dino concept. It's just a clear by the inside receiver and then 2 in routes by number 2 and number 1. So you're gonna get clear here, here. Really, this is an alert versus 2 high safeties. So if you get 2 high safeties, you can peek it, and it actually comes wide open here. So let's take a look. So 2 high safeties, 1, 2. You can give it a peek. I would have loved, I mean, I would have been a little bit more on notice if I knew they were like hard cover 2, way off the hash. Like, okay, I could take a shot down the middle of the field. They're just kind of hanging out right there on the hash. So I think I would have personally seen that and be like, okay, I'm getting off of that. Well, he does. Then let's rip number 1 to number 2. I think number 1's open right there. 1's open. Hell, 2's coming open, but 1 is open right now. You put it on him. Um, and a complete bust defensively because look who's wide open down the field. Complete bust. But once again, if you don't like that as an alert, 1, take it right now. I think this was a missed throw by him. Let's see what he does. I think he ends up running it, gets the first down, but could have got a pass to get the same thing done as well. All right, kind of the one thing that we need to continue, excuse me, to see Gunner improve on is just the touch. Those second level passes, 10 to 20 yards down the field, up and over. Here they're going to get a little bit of a seam route, and this is one that's got to get up and down, and you cannot throw this high to where a guy's rib cage is exposed. You got the play action, you got him and him to come down. Now you get the seam route, and it's got to be face mask to below, maybe a little bit higher. But you start throwing those guys up here, and they get hit in the ribs. They ain't going to go up there and try to make the play anymore. So this is the area where once again goalpost throw. It's got to come down a little bit. Still like the receiver to make a catch, but you don't want to expose him with safeties down the field like that. Let's take a little high end zone view of it. Got what you wanted. Everyone's coming down, and that ball's just high. That's the throw, man. Go get the goalpost. I said it last week of the week ago. 10 yards away, up and over the goalpost, and got a receiver 10 yards away, get as close to the goalpost as you can, and go out there and work on that touch on the second layer throws. I lost him with a little stock block and wheel route to the boundary. This is kind of another example of it where it's just, man, it's coming in so freaking hot. So I think Lawson's going to go a little block, and then he's running the wheel. Sets up nicely. He gets open. It's a completion, but it's a completion and he falls down. Get all this motion. So it's the clear out. He's got him, and now you got this to your check down. So it's 1-2. And just throw this ball right here. And said I mean, if you throw a back shoulder, fine. But he rockets this to where it's like almost an incompletion. Lawson has to make a hell of a catch on it. Just really the touch on some of these throws are still not quite there for 14. Dude, 7 went off. Good to see him. Hopefully gain some confidence because he's a special young man at the tight end position. All right, pump to swing to 1, then Lawson for the tutty. Really nice design from Bobo. I mean, how many times do we all complain about too many screens, too many swings, yada, 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 yada. Well, that's why you do it. You set it up for this moment. You pump it to him. You get him to come down and him to come down, and then Lawson sneaks out the back. So 1 has been terrific. Use him as a decoy. 2 defenders come up. Let's go back. You got 1, 2. No one's on him. Bobo in his bag. Bobo did a heck of a job calling this game too. Great job by my guy Bobo calling the game. They're going to come back, try to get a little bit of a stutter and go. Corner does not bite to the boundary. He doesn't force it. I love that he didn't force it. And then an awesome route by London shaving this thing off. So we'll see both of these here. So we're going to get the motion. You remember earlier in the game, they ran the motion to the stop route, the first play of the game. So they're trying to sell that again with the motion, stutter and go, hoping the corner will bite. He doesn't bite, stays on top. And then we're going to work London across the field on this dig route. Let's just watch the corner first. Hold the safety. Safety's in the middle. Now let's get over here for the stutter and go. 8 stays on top. Doesn't bite. I don't like it. I ain't gonna force it. You remember, for those who watch mine on Carson forced it in this situation with the corner didn't bite. So let's get back. And now let's get eyes on London. London's got man, but watch him shave this route off. So very friendly to the quarterback. He doesn't drift, shaves it off to protect the pass. Look at him. Shave it off, shave it off, shave it off, shave it off. And look at the separation he was able to create away from the DB for the completion. Nice job by everyone really involved on that play. All right, dagger route and rips it. I love the route. There's another one. I think this is Bell. Shaves it off. We're going to get some sort of cross. And then this dagger. And look at this safety. This safety's not really getting out of there. But Gunner trusts it. And watch the route. He gets the top and he starts to shave it down to protect the throw. Oh, beautiful, because you got to trust that the quarterback. Let's watch the high end zone. You got to rip this dagger, but you have to trust that my receiver is going to make sure this ball does not go into the safety's hands. Great job by 86. All right, they have 2 guys for the zone read, and this is just Gunner, being a great athlete. Let's get to the high end zone on this one. 1 for the running back, 1 for the quarterback. So he's going to be for the running back. He's going to be for the quarterback. And Gunner splits him. So they called the right defense for this one. And Gunner splits him. And he is in the end zone. I said he's got to have 10 runs in the game. Had 10 runs for 50-something yards and a touchdown. All right. A lot of the curl concept in this game. For those who have watched enough of my videos, I'm going to give it a quick pause and you tell me where and what the rules are. When we're running curl flat, what are the rules? So curl, he's flat, flat, curl, and then sit down in the middle. One. All right. If you said tight ends first, work inside out, you are correct. You're working one to then off the squeeze, working the curl flat to either side. And obviously, we like off coverage versus press coverage, but still working inside out. So if the tight end pops, take the tight end. Tight end pops. Let's take the tight end. Bam. Good job. Don't mess around, man. If one's there, take it, feel the squeeze, and then work that side, curl flat off the squeeze. We'll get an example of him working off the curl flat here in a little bit. It has deep cross coming, but he feels the pressure, ends up throwing the running back. So let's break it down. So we're going to get the deep cross concept with the dagger. We get some sort of clear route, and then your check down is in the flat right here. So deep cross ends up coming open, but he feels the pressure. I mean, look at the middle of the field. This looks great. He comes down. Everything is wide open to throw this deep cross, but there's a little pressure in his face from this defender, and he doesn't wait for it, doesn't wait for it, just says, you know what? I got a lead blocker. Let me get the ball to my running back now. He does it, and that little swing route turns into another first down. So I love the decision. Feel it. Know where my check down is, where I'm hot. Ball's out now with some accuracy, and we got a lead blocker with Oscar. Like he wants to throw it, but he's like, I don't got time. All right, here's that next curl flat one I talked about. So let's look at it. I'll pause it. You tell me where we're supposed to go. Curl flat on both sides. You'll get a middle sit down by the tight end. So you could throw him. He's open. He is open. By the rules, he's your number one guy. But you don't like it because you feel him sitting and him sitting. So now I'm going to work off essentially this flat defender. So you felt the squeeze from him, this linebacker. So now it's just a simple curl flat read. You read the flat defender, he gets width, you throw the curl. If he settles, then you'll throw the flat route. He gets out here, so now I'm throwing this. Bam. Would have been a little bit earlier. He hitches one too many times. Watch his footwork. Let's roll back. Should be 1, 2, 3, hitch and throw. He had that extra hitch. Ball was a tad bit late, but still nice accuracy. Still could have taken one, but he didn't take it. Like right there. Bam. That's your guy, but you feel him here. So now I'm working this direction. Just get rid of that second hitch. All right. Fake pitch, then lost him back in the end zone. So you gotta beat him and him. You need those guys working this direction with the action. And then you have to beat this safety with the throw. Okay. So let's get the action. Obviously, Lawson's gonna do a little to do and then hit the back of the end zone. So let's see. So these two guys, you got them. Bam, they start moving that way. They're out of it. Now you got to make sure that you beat this safety with the throw. So it's got to be on the receiver, back, high and back. So it's got to be back shoulder, high ball where he catches it, puts a foot down, and he's in the end zone, puts it right at his face mask, a spot where he can protect himself. Nicely executed, all around good play design from Bobo as well. I think we got 3 plays to go. Love the touch on the back shoulder fade. This is one I'm gonna talk about the receiver route a little bit. Would love the receiver to close space faster. Essentially like, take the air out of the gap between him and the DB. So it's gonna be one on him, and he's just gonna run an inside fade, perfectly thrown football. But let's just watch throughout. He starts fading early. You start fading early, that DB really can press you to the outside and just it creates a smaller window for the quarterback to throw the football to. So step on him and then go, gives the quarterback more space to throw the football. So let's watch him. See, like right there, he's already starting to run this way. Step on his toes and go. He does not close the gap until now. Would have loved that gap to have been closed earlier. makes it, just as I said, just a little bit of a tighter throw for the quarterback, but gets it done like the back shoulder fade for the completion down the field. All right, red, the linebacker. That's just the RPO touchdown to Lawson. So run pass option, motion over. So really, it's just this guy. If you can get him to commit to the run, then you're going to throw the skinny. If he backs up at all, then you're just going to hand. If he goes this way, you're going to hand the ball off. So he settles. He comes this way to Tad, but enough where you feel good to throw it. Lawson does a good job. That's why you put a tight end there. Bigger body, can use the body like a basketball player to block out a defender, and you put it like kind of in his body where he can protect it. And it's another touchdown for number 7. Nice throw. All right, what's the last one? And it's just a hell of a throw. One-on-one, go ball, Dylan Bell. This is what we expected from Gunner this year. His ability to push the ball vertically down the field, has a strong arm, and all it is one-on-one. They're in some sort of quarters safety, doubling. Essentially, they're bracketing number 2, and they're going to leave one-on-one on the outside. And they're just saying like, "Hey, we'll live and die by the quarterback taking a shot to the field, and our corner's going to be one-on-one." And he puts a perfect ball, great route by Bell, getting on top of the DB. So like I said, man, been really impressed with Gunner. He's had a terrific season. Only 1 interception, 17 total touchdowns. He's running it well. He's throwing it well. It's turned into, right now, middle of the season, one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football. So appreciate y'all watching. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on Gunner and his expectations for the rest of the season. See y'all.